Now, because you're in town shooting new episodes of Shark Tank to be shown on ABC this fall, and my kids, my family, we're watching Shark Tank. It's on pretty much every minute of the day.
40 times, it's like on certain channels, 40 times a week on certain channels, and then of course ABC. Yeah,
it's kind of like the new Law and Order. It's on somewhere all the time, right? But do you know something's dead on arrival from jump?
No.
Sometimes.
No, you don't, because they'll come on and maybe the numbers are just crazy. I mean, they're just so good.
Right.
So I mean, I would have never thought Bomba Socks. It's just socks, right? So I would have said, oh, another sock company. But it turns out you just have no idea.
So you got to sit it. You got to wait it out.
Sit through it, right? Because it looks great. Then you find out they did $10 million worth of sales, but over 30 years. Then you go, that's not of interest. But then you find out they did $100,000 worth of sales in 5 minutes.
And some of the personal stories it sways you for sure.
100%, right?
Why is that?
Well, as somebody who went through so much crap over the last 5-10 years, and they risked everything and they figured it out finally. Or somebody who just goes, yeah, by the way, I got $1.5 million in the bank. I raised a bunch of money, and this is my first venture. And then you find out, they don't know what they're doing.
Well, I mean, and I know things are edited down for television.
Yeah.
How quickly do you have to make a decision? Do you really?
Well, an average pitch is a half an hour long, but I've seen some go 2.5 hours.
A pitch
on
Shark Tank.
A guy named Plate Topper, he would not get off the stage. If you ever look at that episode, there's a chewed up apple on my desk because I got so mad that I went to craft services, in the middle of the pitch, and I got hungry. So there's a chewed up apple on my desk when I came back down the back on set.
Which one was this again?
A guy named Plate Topper.
Okay, did Plate Topper get a deal?
Absolutely not.
2.5 hours. Maybe he was just standing out there.
He was like waterboarding us. I mean, it was just bad.
He was trying to wait you guys out.
Yeah, we were just leave.
But I imagine, though, you have to use every ounce of your skill set to take in an offer, do some math, understand what it means for you business-wise. You also might have to slow play it because you don't want any of the other sharks to know you might be interested
slow playing
here,
it.
right?
You don't know if the other sharks want a piece. You're seeing where you add value. You're saying, well, how am I going to get my money out? If I give you, $100,000 and I'm going to get distributions maybe $5,000 a year.
Yes.
Well, man, when am I going to get my money back? I might as well put it into the market.
Right. And so then you either pounce or you're out.
Yeah.
Is there any regret you've ever had about being out on something?
The only regret I've ever had is not about being out. I thought that I was being slick, and I was going head to head with AuLeary over this stupid ass sponge called the Scrub Daddy, and I think it was at $200,000, and I said $250, and she goes $275. I said, take it. I just wanted her to pay an extra $75.
Right.
And she did $1.2 billion in this stupid ass sponge. So
that's a regret.
Yeah, because also
sure.
When I walk in the grocery stores, it's a Scrub Daddy smiling at me all the time. It's all over the place.
$1.2 billion.
Yeah.
I mean, this is real stuff, man. I mean, no doubt about it. Ring Camera, I know it was potentially born.
Yeah.
Could have been born on your show. Nobody bid,
Kevin
right?
offered a deal to the guy, Jamie, who ended up becoming a guest shark for Ring Camera. And he didn't take the deal, but his valuation was too high. Jamie came in later as a fellow shark and said it was too high. Mm-hmm. So I think he owes us some money because after we so gently tenderized him, he went out to the market and reduced his ask. Poppy Soda just sold, I believe, for $1.9 billion. That was on the show as well.
Yeah.
And then Bomba Socks is doing rock
Bomba Socks are just, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It really is. You can tell when it's a Bomba sock or when it isn't on your foot.
It's a great sock, and then people care. People want to buy the sock because they know that a pair goes to those in need, and then they want to buy the socks for others to say, hey, I bought it for you, and you're giving too at the same time.
And plus, it's the type of apparel that you need to keep replenishing.
Absolutely.
Because it's a damn sock. I wonder where the hell they go. Is there a specific getting lost ability that a Bomba sock has?
Well, all
Because,
socks,
I mean,
all socks. That's just the mystery. There's two mysteries in the world. How did a pebble get into my shoe?
Yes.
And where the hell did one of my socks go?
Daymond John here on the Rich Eisen Show. Fantastic. So, which is is Bomba's the one you're most proud of?
Bomba, of course, because not only did it show me how to sell directly to consumers and give at the same time,
yes,
but it's the #1 product in Shark Tank history. So I get to call every I don't care what shark you meet, you have to say, Daymond has the #1 brand in Shark Tank history. That's it. Game over.
I feel that way, because Tom Brady went to Michigan.
Yeah.
And I'm a University of Michigan guy. That it's a conversation ender. You know what I mean? Like, name me where the greatest, winningest quarterback in the history of the National Football League went to school. Ends the argument.
That's it. I end the argument with every single shark.
And you're recording episodes for this fall right now.
We're recording episodes this fall, and it's funny. 2 nights ago, I was in my room.
Yeah.
It was about 1 a.m. My wife goes, "Who is playing the TV that loud next to us? I'm going to call security." Call security. In the morning, when I leave the hotel room, you know who walks out the next door?
No.
Kevin OLeary.
Is he blasting his television?
And he goes, "Yo, man, did y'all call security on me last night?" I go downstairs, and security looks at both of us, and goes, "You guys fight even in the hotel? What's wrong with you?" So I think he did it on purpose, just so I couldn't sleep last night.
Well, I mean, before big games,
to get me off edge.
Some teams are accused of hiring somebody to pull a fire alarm to make sure the competition is too tired.
They were banging on my door. I said they should have maced you.
was he watching himself on CNN?
I don't know. I think he said he
CNBC?
fell asleep and he kept the TV. I think he did it on purpose.
I love it. I asked this genuinely. Do you miss Cuban on these sets?
Of course, I love Cuban.
Your first episodes without Cuban?
Yeah,
on the set?
I love Cuban. When he left, when we shot our last episode, last year, a lot of people got really misty. It's been 15, 16 years. I didn't get emotional about it. I was like, I wonder why I'm not getting emotional.
Right.
And then I'm doing a speaking gig probably about a couple of weeks ago. This was actually when his last episode aired. And I said, today's Cuban's last episode. And then I just busted out in tears, right, on stage. And then I said to myself, what the hell's wrong with me? The man is in Dallas. He just made $3.5 billion more dollars. And now I got to buy more crap on Shark Tank because he's not here. Why the hell am I feeling so sad?
Excellent thought process.
Yeah, the man's sitting there with another $3.5 billion going, yeah, go ahead, DJ. So why am I so sad now?
And it's more money out of your pocket to buy stuff.
Exactly, because he used to buy like a drunken sailor.
Who is the shark that you would least, or admit that you would least like to be going for the same bid?
It all depends, because if it's technology or if it's like AI, stuff like that, Robert and, I'm still going to say Mark, when he was on, they're going to know way better.
Okay.
Lori, she's like a Miss Crabtree, but at the end of the day, I think she has 12 of the top 20 best-selling products, consumer packaged goods. She's really good at it.
Yes.
Barbara is more in food and stuff like that. So it all depends on where it's at. If it's clothing, I'm going to kill him.
That's your lane.
I'm going to kill him.
That is your lane. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.